Hello, my classy people. How y'all doing? My name is Wayne Bolden. I am your Speed King, and as always, please turn on your closed capture. That way you can see the narrative of the horses that we are analyzing. And of course, if you want our tip sheet this weekend for Keeneland and or New York and Santa Anita, please email us at speedking24@yahoo.com. Speedking24. Well, we're up in the Big A. That's right. We're going to look at, the Gazelle Stakes. The girls are back in town. That's right. They're Kentucky Oaks dreaming. It's 100 points, 40 points, 20 points, and 10 points to the first four finishers. Under the line, the Gazelle is race number 7, I believe. No, actually, race number 10. And it's a field of 8 going a mile and an eighth. That's right. And it's a bunch of money, y'all. It's 250,000. That's very, very nice. And very, very full field of 8. And it is very, very competitive. You should be able to find your wager as well as your, if you ask me, your price. So let's dive right in. Let's go right through this. The number 1 horse, Morning Matcha. Well, Morning Matcha is a very, very nice filly by Century Banker. 9 starts, 3 wins, 4 seconds, and 2 thirds. Horse is 6-1 on the morning line. That's a very, very nice morning line for this here fine filly trained by Robert Reed Jr. Speed figures are cut below 3 or 4 horses in here. But, I mean, she's never done anything wrong, Morning Matcha. She won 3 of 9. That's a third. She's improving. She did win the stake race over there at Beautiful Parks, over there in Ben Salem. It was the mainline stakes. And back in March, or March 6th, and it was a very nice race. So, again, this gal has every right to improve with Frankie Pennington in the yards. But we don't like her here, so we're going to go ahead and throw her out of the win spot for sure, the number 1 Morning Matra. Well, here is one that's going to be on the engine with Javier Castellano in the yards. Gratitude. The number 2 horse, Gratitude, is very, very inexperienced. Only has 3 starts, 1 win, and 1 third. They paid a bunch of money, $230,000 for this dolled-in filly. She's awfully nice, and her grandsire is Empire Maker, and there's no shame in that for sure. Trained by that man, Mama. That's right, Todd Pletcher. It's New York, so he's on the scene. Right, so Todd got this his girl Gratitude ready to roll, and he's got the service of Javier Castellano, which you never be mad at. Now I will tell you this: she came out of the race 3 back with Kathleen O, and that's nothing to disgrace yourself about. It was only a maiden race, but she only lost ahead to Kathleen O. Came right back, won the maiden race, went into the Grade 3 Forward Girl Stakes. Girl, and ran 5th to Girl with a Dream, and now she's coming off that race. Now here's the difference. Those were 7 furlong races. They're stretching this horse out to a mile and an eighth. Never been around 2 turns. You're not supposed to bet a horse to do something that they've never done before, unless you're getting a square price. And you're getting a square price on Gratitude. Okay, 15-1 is not horrible. The horse will be on the front end, so I probably will make her my 3rd pick in here for sure. Again, the thing that overcomes doing something she's never done before is that I'm getting rewarded with the larger odds of 15-1 for taking the risk versus reward. Talk to one of our listeners today about win probabilities and odds. Okay, the higher the odds, the less risk, win probability that we're willing to take, because we don't have to invest that much money to get a decent return. And the opposite is true. The higher the win probability, we're willing to take a little less odds because the horse is most likely to win. So with Gratitude, the horse is 15-1 and probably going to go up. I think she's clearly the speed in here, stretching out from 7 to a mile and an eighth. Now, will she be able to take these fancy girls all the way around 2 turns, a mile and an eighth over there in New York? Probably not. In Jamaica, Jamaica, New York, probably not. But it's still good value play. I think I'll use her as my 3rd pick, Gratitude. And Nostalgic. Well, Nostalgic is a very, very nice horse trained by the one and only, the classy Billy Mott will be doing the signal calling. This is a homebred of Godolphin, owned and bred by Godolphin and Godolphin. Listen to this bloodline on the number 3 horse. Medaglia Adorer is the sire and the grandsire is Tappet. Can you get bred any better than that? I love this number 3 horse here. Now, I will tell you this. She had gotten beat by the favorite, who's very, very sharp in this race, the number 5, Venti Valentine. Made a 3-year-old debut that just was beautiful. But Nostalgic did get beat by her 2 back in the Gazelle Stakes on December 4th as 2-year-olds. But I don't think the number 3 is the same horse after, having a few races under her belt. She's probably going to be my top pick, the number 3 here. But it's not going to be easy because the favorite in here, only 7-5, the number 5, Venti Valentine, is a very, very strong horse. And if she moves forward off of her 3-year-old debut, Venti Valentine's going to be tough. But needless to say, Nostalgic is 9-2 on the morning line. It's my guy, Billy Mott, and of course my favorite owners. I'm part of their fantasy club, Godolphin. I like the 3 here. I love the value of 9-2. So I'll take a little chance there with the number 3 on top. Here's another horse that I've always liked, is Shotgun Hottie. The number 4 horse, 6 starts, 2 wins, 2 seconds. You can't say anything about that. And it's that red hot William Morey doing the signal calling from the trainer booth with Mr. McCarthy in the arms. Very, very nice horse. This horse ran second last time in an unlisted stake race on the 5th of March at Aqueduct, behind Venti Valentine's in the Busher's Invitation. I mean, Venti Valentine's flat out smoked her by 7 limbs. But Shotgun Holly, she showed up, she ran, she did her thing, and she was a cool 22-1 that day. I don't think you're going to be that fortunate now. Just the mere fact that she ran second to Venti Valentine's and she finished in front of Magic Circle. I think that's a Chad Brown horse. But, I would surely use Shotgun Hottie underneath in any exactors or trifactors. She is 12-1. That's not bad to help round out an exotic. Well, here's your favorite. We talked a little bit about her as she showed up in other horses' forms. The number 5 horse, Venti Valentine, is the favorite at 7-5 and rightly deserves to be so. Venti has 4 starts, 3 wins, and 1 second for $366,000. You really can't knock that, obviously, right? And of course, she made her 3-year-old debut after a 91-day layoff on March 5th at Aqueduct. Like I said, in the Busher Invitational Stakes, and that girl really improved from 2 to 3. She really did. That speed figure she ran, if she runs that, less known improve, and I don't know why she wouldn't improve with just 4 starts. She's got 35 days from the March 5th race, so she shouldn't funky bounce. There shouldn't be any problem there. She should be fresh, fit, and fast already. So again, Venti Valentine ain't no joke, y'all. This horse is nice. I mean, that speed figure she ran in that Busher Invitation, and God forbid if she improves and none of these other ones do, and they would have to improve a bunch, I'm telling you, she'll crush this field. So they have it right there in New York. Venti Valentine deserves to be the favorite, but I'm telling you, if she doesn't misstep, there's some fine fillies in here. Okay, it won't be a walk in the park, but I think this girl is the most likely winner in the race. And of course, I'm being a little cute. I put Nostalgic on top, my guy Billy Mott and Godolphin, and I love the value of 9-2 on the 3. But I want everybody to understand that Venti Valentine should be on every wager that you make out of this race. Win whole, exactors, tries, pick 3s. It's very, very hard not to include this horse in any of your exotic. This horse won't finish no worse than second, in my opinion. And somebody would have to run lights out to beat her. Venti Valentine, a legitimate favorite in your Gazelle Stakes. The number 6 horse, well, no, only 5-2 on Classic Edition, you know. I mean, that kind of disappointed me a little bit. I mean, but she did run second behind Kathleen O in the Devondale Stakes. That's awfully good. That was a grade 2 race. Had Irad Ortiz up. And Classic Edition has 4 starts, 3 wins, and 1 second. That is identical record as Venti Valentine. So again, Classic Edition is 5-2 for a lot of good reasons, and one of them is she can flat out run. And she's trained by that man in the classic Italian suits, Todd Pletcher. It's New York, it's springtime, almost summertime, and you know he brings them out, man. You know, and it's New York. Todd don't be playing around. I mean, you got the service of Joel Rosario, but the speed figures is a tad below. But listen, you know, this horse is just as good as anybody other than Venti Valentine in here, you know. So it's really Venti Valentine and everybody else. If Venti doesn't run, then the race just falls open for a lot of other horses. This is a very, very competitive, nice race here. And I'm not negative on Classic Edition. By no means, the number 6. I don't like the price of 5-2. I mean, 9-2, like Nostalgic, I would love as well. But I mean, 5-2 is a little short to be taking her against Venti Valentine. And the number 7 horse, Divine Huntress. Well, Miss Huntress has really never done anything wrong. She had won 2 or 4 starts. That's okay. And she's by Divining Rod, trained by Graham Motion, and Mr. Davis is in the orange. This one looks totally overmatched to me. Only 8-1 on the morning line. We don't like the number 7 Divine Huntress in this spot. And your outside horse, Carragate. Carragate, again, is another horse just like the Divine Huntress horse. Looks very overmatched. I mean, Carragate is 30-1, excuse me, way outside in a mile and a half. Has enough speed to get her wide into the first corner. First turn, and she's a New York bred. Now, I mean, her daddy was Arrogate, so let me see you shake a stick at that. But that being said, you know what? This is not a bad. I think we'll hear from her later, but I think this is too steep of an order for Carragate here, the number 8. Let's throw her off the ticket. So there is your Kentucky Oak prep race, better known as the Gazelle, up there at beautiful, beautiful Jamaica, New York. Hope the weather is fine. I hope the track is not wet on Saturday up there. And my opinion in the Gazelle, a field of 8, which is opposite from the Santa Anita Oaks race, either way, is Venti Valentine is clearly the horse to beat here, but I'm going to go ahead and my top pick is going to be the Godolphin horse with the classy Billy Mott doing the signal call and Nostalgic. I like this horse a whole bunch, and going to be my top pick, and of course Venti Valentine is going to be my second pick. Now my third pick, I'm going to be a little cute. I told you about this. The number 2 horse, Gratitude. I don't know. The horse is a little speedy. What else is new, SpeedKing? And I think Gratitude, you know, stretching out from 7 furlongs to a mile and a half is going to bound around the first turn, and she's 15-1. So again, maybe she could shake loose at a large price, and I'm never mad when Javier Castellano was on top of my horse. So there it is in the Gazelle. We're going to take the number 3 Nostalgic, the number 5 horse, Venti Valentine, which is clearly the horse to beat. That is a beautiful 3-year-old debut race that she ran, and if she improves off of that, this girl's going to be one tough cookie, I think, in the Kentucky Oaks. Oh, wait a minute, Echo Zulu's in there. But again, no disrespect to Venti. She's a nice horse. She'll be my second pick. And my third pick, now and I'm really being cute, I want Castellano to put Gratitude on the lead from the 2-hole. Save some ground, and maybe the girls can't come and get her. She's a huge price at 15-1. So it's 3-5-2 for us in that order. Let me know what you think about the girls that are back in town dreaming about the points to get where? To the Kentucky Oaks, the first Friday of May. As always, 100 points, 40 points, 20 points, and 10 points. There it is, 3-5-2 in that order. Let me know what you think, folks. Stay classy.